Hello, I'm Neil. I'm here to make another Make Lunch recipe. This time it's Mediterranean vegetable pasta. I'm going to be making it for 2 people. I've got all my ingredients ready to go, so I'll start preparing them and see you soon. Okay, so I've washed my hands, we're ready to go. I've already put a splash of oil in the pan and crushed the clove of garlic. That's in there. Turn the heat on to medium. I've chopped the onion into quite small pieces and pop that in the pan. I'm going to give that 3 or 4 minutes on medium, and meanwhile I'm going to chop up the rest of the vegetables. Okay, so the onions just had a few minutes to heat through, just till it's going soft. There's a lovely smell from the garlic. I've chopped the vegetables. I used about half of a large mushroom, about a quarter of a courgette, just one round from a butternut squash. Butternut squash keeps really well, so you're going to take a long time to use it up, but it should keep fine in the fridge. But you can buy it in packets of sort of pre-prepared. I always cut the skin off with a knife because it's impossible to peel. About half a red courgette and a few mange tout there. Okay, so the courgette and the mushroom need the longest in the pan, so I'll pop those in and turn the heat up to high. I'm just going to add a splash more oil because they'll just need a little bit more to cook them without burning. Courgette and mushroom have been in there for a couple of minutes. I'll now add the red pepper, not red courgette, as I said earlier. About half a pepper. Give that another couple of minutes. So those veg are looking great. They've fried up nicely, so they'll be really full of flavour and really tasty. If you've got someone in your house who doesn't like veg, just chop it up nice and small. And of course you can try different veg to the things I've used. So here's the butternut squash. I'm going to save the mange tout for later and put in some chopped tomato. So this is some that we had left over from a meal earlier in the week. In total, we'll need about half a tin. So that's about that much. Give that a stir. And then I'm going to add the magic ingredient in a couple of moments. So here's the magic ingredient, some goat's cheese. Just a few small pieces, but that really makes it nice and creamy, makes it a lovely sauce. So put that in separate pieces. Give it a stir, but it will melt down nicely. And then finally a few herbs. I've just got some oregano. You might have some mixed herbs. You might like a lot, you might like a little. Do it how you choose. Okay, so while the tomato sauce is cooking, I'm just boiling the pasta. So I've got some boiling water. Pour that on top of the pasta. I've used about 3 of my handfuls there. Pop that on a high heat just to bring it up to the boil. And once it's boiled, just turn it down and make sure it keeps boiling. Meanwhile, there's the tomato sauce. The goat's cheese is stirring in nicely and that butternut squash is starting to soften up. I'm going to put the lid on the pan there because that's going to help things soften. I've turned the heat down to medium, so that should keep it simmering away nicely. And I'll be back very soon. Okay, so the tomatoey sauce has been cooking up nicely. It's looking lovely. Just pop the lid down for a moment. Pasta's been on for about 5 minutes now. Oh, it's been boiling for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to add the mange tout, and this doesn't take as long as everything else, and it can go a bit soggy and nasty if it's been in too long. So that should keep it nice and crisp, just giving it 5 minutes. Stir that through. Lid back on. And see you in 5 minutes. So I've just tested the pasta, that's ready. I'm going to turn the heat off both the pasta and the sauce. I'm going to go and drain the pasta and then mix it together and see you with a ready dish very soon. Okay, so all finished and ready to eat. I mixed the pasta and the sauce together to combine it and then sprinkle cheese over the top. You might want to keep the pasta and the tomato sauce separate, and that's absolutely fine. Bon appetit.